It is almost time to sit and watch their stream. They are more than friends, they're married till the end, matrimoniously. A quickly growing stream. It's large to say the least, both a little rad, the hairy one's the dad, Beauty and the Beard.
Cody, why
Daniel.
are we here today?
We are here today to do a special, never-before-heard interview of two of our favorite streamers, Beauty and the Beard.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Hi, guys. It's going great. We're really happy that you guys agreed very short notice to come on our show. And we're pretty excited to ask all the questions that we have written down for you and some other ones that may come up in the process.
All right. Thanks for having us. And we had to work some magic with the baby, but we're here.
Yes. Awesome. I'm glad
So,
you were so accommodating to your schedule, by the way. It's big.
Yes, quite.
So before we kind of dive into questions, I was wondering if you guys could kind of introduce yourselves and tell everybody sort of who you are, and feel free to pump up your stream.
Okay. You want to go first?
No.
Okay. Well, my name's Matt. I'm 33 years old. We've been streaming since October at beauty_and_beard at Twitch. And we're pretty new to this, but we've had a lot of fun doing it. So Ash agreed. Actually, it was her idea to play PUBG with me. It wasn't even my idea.
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
I love
I
that.
did not remember that.
Yeah, it was her suggestion. She didn't say the streaming stuff. That was kind of something I sprung on her. But it was her idea to play with me.
Well, I had no idea what streaming was, so
Yeah, that's
I
true.
probably could not have suggested.
I mean, Dan didn't know anything about Twitch before I came along onto this stream either.
Really?
Not
Okay,
really,
that
no.
makes me feel better. Okay. I figured I just didn't know about that part of life.
Yeah, we just had a YouTube series before then, and then Wrigglemania was doing his stream, and I said we should hop on Twitch, and he's like, I don't know, we got a YouTube thing, and I was like, no, watch the thing, you'll understand. And we've been streaming since then, so
When was that, you said?
Oh, man.
I don't last year
over a
January, I
year
think.
ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I knew what Twitch was, and I'd watch some Twitch streams here and there, but I wasn't really a watcher. I didn't stream at all. I just wasn't really into it. But
Yeah.
Cody quickly showed me the error of my ways.
I didn't really know what it was till sometime last summer. Because before that, I just streamed my Madden games for my Madden League members. And to me, it was just like an app on my Xbox that let them watch me play that game. And I didn't realize the world that Twitch really was at that point.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's so crazy. It's so hard to explain it to people, too.
Oh my
Yeah.
You
goodness.
sit and you play video games and people watch you and that's fun.
I know. I
yeah.
know.
Yes.
We were telling my family about our first $5 donation. And they're like, so why did they give you money?
yeah,
Exactly. Yep.
that's exactly how my in-laws were like, wait, so people watch people play video games? I'm like, yeah, and they pay me money to
Voluntarily
do
pay.
it. Yeah.
Right. Voluntarily.
But to my younger brothers, they think I'm a rock star because they watch people Switch all the time. So
Right.
it's pretty cool. Ash, before we jump in, you also have to introduce yourself. Well, let's not get away from that.
Okay, well, I'm 31, I think, right? I'm 31.
Yes.
So, yeah, I didn't know about Twitch, but I thought it would be fun to play. Actually, I'm surprised that I thought it would be fun to play PUBG with Matt, because the first thing I heard about PUBG, well, when he was first telling me about it, it sounded like Hunger Games, basically. You're just there to kill everyone and survive.
That's how I explained it to my daughter.
Really? Yeah.
That's
So,
how I
and I
explained it to
hate
her.
the movie Hunger Games because it's so mean. They're just so mean to
Senseless
have to kill
violence.
everyone. So I thought I never want to play this game, but I don't know. I I just decided that it was something I wanted to do with him because he liked it so much. So I decided to give it a try, and I can't believe it because now I don't know that I would like a whole lot of other games because I'm definitely not. I didn't grow up being a gamer or anything, but I love PUBG, even though I still stink at it. So
so do I.
I believe that. No, I don't.
It's actually our second video game attempt. I think when we first got married, she offered to play Call of Duty with me, and we played.
Oh my gosh, it was
not zombies,
such
but
a
that
train wreck.
that aliens mode that one of the Call of Duties had.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
And
yeah.
I pretty much spent the whole time shooting aliens off of her, and I don't think she had very much fun at
so
all.
bad.
So
It
we
was
played
just-
I think 2 or 3 times, and
It
that was
really
it.
bad.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So was that your first gaming experience, Ash, or did you
So-
play stuff growing up?
Not really. The only thing I played growing up was like Super Mario.
Rock Band.
Oh yeah, I did play Rock Band. And the dance game. Dance Revolution.
Dance Revolution.
Oh, yeah.
No, but like Game Boy, I had a Game Boy, but that was it. So
Solid.
I played like 5 or 10 or 15 hours of video games altogether, probably. Pretty pathetic.
And Beer, did you play games growing up?
Yeah, I started when I was probably 3 or 4. My parents
Start them young.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Started
right.
young.
With
Yeah.
the
Baby bear
Atari.
going.
I got a story from my parents of telling me that I was beating my dad at that tank game on the Atari.
Yes.
And, when I was really, really young. I don't even remember a lot of this. And then they would take me to like Walmart or other stores that had
Oh yeah.
game consoles.
Forgot about this.
And they said that people would like gather around and kind of like watch me play. 'Cause apparently I was good for my age.
For 3.
Fox hero got
That's-
stars in his eyes.
That was the beginning of Twitch right there.
That was it.
right.
That's where it
It's
started. So when they make the documentary, it's gonna start there.
It's awesome.
So, but
So-
what kind of games did you play?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're into Madden, obviously into PUBG.
Mm-hmm.
But what were the games that you grew up playing, and what are the games that you play when you're not on PUBG or Madden?
Basically, what are the games that he did not play is probably the better question.
Probably. Yeah, probably so. I played lots of football games when I was younger. Like not just the known ones like Madden, but I remember like Joe Montana, Quarterback Club. Yeah,
Loved Quarterback Club.
I don't know if I played Quarterback Club.
It was a
I
good
played
one.
a lot though. I played like Tecmo Bowl, Joe Montana Sports Talk Football, the first football game that had like talking in the game on the Sega Genesis.
That was a great game.
Yeah, it really was.
My dad, fun story. My dad got so good at those games that I bet you if he picked it up today, he could still beat anybody that was playing. He like because in certain plays, all you had to do was memorize the keybinds to always score. And so he could play at any level and just score every single time because he memorized how to play the game.
Wow,
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
he was
I just
really,
can't picture
really
a guy
good at
like
it.
that. His dad's like a finance kind of guy, like insurance salesman type.
Listen,
look. Like I just don't
the
see
man,
it.
the man he got me into video games. I remember he bought me my first Sega, and we played so many games together. We played all the sports games, obviously, but we played like Desert Strike and Jungle Strike together all the time. Like it was a good time. I remember I got a N64, and we tried to play the first Rainbow Siege game or whatever it was, and we couldn't figure out how to get past the first level because it was the first game that had like hardcore night mode. And so you start off in the middle of this thing and you have to raid a compound. And when you're playing multiplayer, you're standing next to your counterpart there. And we would always shoot each other because we couldn't figure out how to get out of the jungle.
Oh wow, wow.
Oh gosh,
It was
sounds intimidating.
It was very intimidating.
Oh man. So I gotta know, why did you guys start streaming? Like what was the thing that made you realize like, oh, I'm playing games, it's fun, but Twitch is out there and I can not only play my Madden games for my friends, I can play these other games, and actually so far you guys got a pretty awesome following. So like how did that all happen?
Well, it started as a joke.
Nice.
did?
As most things do.
As
As
most things do. Well, Ash had said the thing about playing PUBG, and then I had a nephew that was visiting from Florida, and we were talking, and he was really big into Twitch, and I mentioned that Ash had offered to learn to play PUBG with me. So I joked with him. I said, "Yeah, we're gonna start our own Twitch stream." And then at some point, I said, "And we're gonna call it Beauty and the Beast." And that was the original idea. I was like, that's not a bad idea. And then like several months later, we actually launched the channel and settled on Beauty and the Beard.
Right.
That's awesome.
So yeah, but it was a joke. It was a joke with my nephew, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
And
That's
so when
amazing.
you started, like, did you just, I'm committed to this, I'm going to go, or did you kind of test it out first and say like, yeah, no, I could do this, and then it kind of just picked up from there?
So I guess the way I was looking at it, in early October, I did like a test stream just to make sure everything functioned, and it was just like by myself for like 4 hours, and nobody was there, and we didn't do our actual kickoff till the 17th, and I don't know that we had a lot of expectations. I was just kind of thinking, like, either A, people might tune in and watch, and that'd be awesome, or B, they won't tune in, and we'll still have fun and be able to clip videos and actually use it like as a tool just to kind of, you know, show our friends or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know that we had like a lot of high expectations beyond that at the time.
But I think Matt loves technology, so like he probably, I can't even remember, but he probably went to great lengths to like get everything completely set up, get everything he needed.
Like when I do something, I go hard.
Yeah. So he kind of like dove in. He didn't like put his big toe in the water first or anything.
Yeah.
He just kind of dove right in.
I'm a lot like that too. I'm more of a let's jump in and see what happens kind of guy.
Right.
Right.
Where I feel like, Dan, you are very much like, we need to know if it's all going to work out.
Oh
We're
my
going to
God,
do
yes.
this.
I am totally like the kid who like goes into the shallow end of the pool first and like,
Right.
"Ooh, the water's up to my knees. Ooh, it's cold. It's cold.
Right.
I never jump right in. I never do. So it's helpful to have
Basically,
someone like
I
to
just
push me off.
I probably saw Amazon package after Amazon package after Amazon package arriving on our doorstep, thinking, "What in the world is Matt up to?"
Not being truthful.
That's exactly how my wife felt when Dan got me. He's like, I'm going to send you my computer, and then you got to
Right.
upgrade it, and then we're going to play. So it was like, he sent me his computer, then I bought a monitor, then I bought a keyboard and mouse, and then a microphone came, and I was like, I can do this, right?
It's okay.
We can afford this.
Yep, that's how I felt.
So you guys have grown pretty fast here. Like, you guys have only been doing this since October, and you guys have a pretty strong following here. How did that happen so fast, and how was the adjustment as it happened?
It was a lot of work. I mean, like Ash was saying, that I kind of dove right in, even though I didn't have a lot of expectations. I think once we started streaming, I kind of realized how fun it was, and I thought that we could reach an audience. And so I do a lot of networking, and I don't even like to use that word because different people interpret it very differently.
Yeah.
But when I mean networking, I mean I was a big Twitch viewer. I mean, I was watching tons of Twitch because I loved the platform once I found out about it in the summer of last year. And so when we started streaming, we already had people that kind of knew us from Twitch because I've been watching so much Twitch. And we also have a lot of friends that are really supportive. Probably anytime we're streaming, there's probably like 3 to 5 of our friends just like chilling in chat, and now they're our mods. So that was also a big help because it's hard just to get past that initial, like, 3 to 5 viewers. Like you just feel like you're there for a long time.
Right.
But when you have like 3 to 5 friends that are already there, you kind of get to that point, and then it's a little bit easier from then.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point because we'd started like essentially with nothing, but I'm close with Wrigglemania, and so I was already in his stream, and like people like Jay, they came in from Steve's stream, and so we had a bunch of people that would jump over because he would kind of throw it to us when he was done, and so that's kind of how we started to get people. And then as those people, some of them decided like, oh, I was just hanging out because Steve told me to, like, I'm gonna go back and watch his stuff. We just started to pick up our own people because PUBG was top of the charts at that point,
Right.
and we were one of 3 PUBG podcasts, and so people started to kind of flow in. But over time, we kind of developed our own group, but we still have our friends that we know personally, kind of hop in, and we know that they're there, and we can rely on them being at least a couple of viewers.
Yeah. That was the turning point for me, is when I realized like I didn't know who these people were. They were not referred to us by anyone, and they had just stumbled on our stream and decided to stay. and they keep showing up every time. And I'm like, wow, this is not something I ever expected to happen. It was really humbling. It was pretty incredible.
Yeah. And now we get like, I know that you and Bedford know each other and that you guys are close. And so like I was talking to him the other day, and it's so weird that like he kind of just jumped in, and now it's like I've known him forever.
Yeah.
And so like you
totally.
get these people that I've never met in real life, but I know so much about them and their family and all this stuff. And that is really satisfying to me, especially my job is about like development of people and getting to know people and things like that. But I have to work within certain parameters because I work for a state institution.
Right.
With which it's all mine. And like I get to build it how I want, and I get to still like stick to my values and morals and ethics in this community.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that is just like the coolest part about all this is like you get to be yourself to other people and be that example of like how people should treat other people and how you should, you know, talk and act and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
And I would say that like, I don't know hardly anything about Twitch, but I feel like, or, you know, how Matt goes about doing the stuff he does. I just kind of play my game, but,
I just get curious.
I think that, I think the reason, at least big part of the reason that Matt has been really successful is he's just a really nice person.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I fell in love with him too. Because he's just a really nice guy, and he's really genuine. I think people can like see that. Like it's worth being nice to people and, you know, showing a lot of love. So I think that's a big part of it.
I pay her $20 to say all that.
Nice.
I'm gonna totally suck up to our guests right now and just say like that's one of the reasons why I stick around in your stream and why that we invited you on, honestly, because like just watching you play, watching how you interact with people, even your voice, like your the way you carry yourself on the stream is just very like, yeah, like I want to be friends with this guy. Like, and I think that's something that, you know, like successful streamers have. And it's really cool to see that. And like, you want to be a part of it. It's infectious. You know, you want to be like hanging out all the time. You want to have your friends come and watch. You want to chat up with people. You want to build that community. And it's all because of, you know, you put good out, you get good back. I think that's how it goes.
Exactly. And that's why we ban Ray every episode.
Exactly.
Right.
So when you make those references, Ash doesn't know what you're talking about.
We don't even know where it came from.
What is that?
We ban GBA Ray from our podcast and Discord every single week.
But it's not like a real ban, but it's
Got it.
You know, I don't know where it came from. It was like
I'm pretty sure he was just giving me sass.
Yeah.
And you just banned him. And
just banned him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, back on topic. So what are the things you enjoy most about streaming? Like, what are the things that really get you going when you sit down and you're ready to play? And you're thinking like, all right, I got a couple hours ready to go. What's the part that you love the most about it?
You want to answer?
Me? Oh. Well, I was going to say that for several months there I was working on my first kill. That was really what motivated me every time. I'm going to get that kill.
And you got 2 kills in one night.
Oh, that's got to feel so good.
That's the best feeling.
Yeah, it took me long enough. Actually, I think Taylor Bedford gave me a really hard time about it. What did he say? I don't know. Maybe
when
just
you got the
something
kill,
like
he said it took you long enough.
Yeah, it took me long enough. Yeah, I guess.
But that's Bedford. His jabs are his way of loving.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate.
Yeah.
No,
So what
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, no, we'll stick with that. We'll stick with my original answer.
What about you, Matt?
I guess I like all the technical stuff. Like I enjoy thinking through the streaming aspect of like, okay, I want to do this and I want to have this visual thing, and how do I do it? How am I going to accomplish it? And how can I do it for as little money or no money as possible? So I guess I get to really dive into all the techie stuff that I don't get to do that at my job really. I've got a very normal office job, so it lets me exercise those muscles. And I just really enjoy that particular aspect, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what streaming tools do you use?
Yeah, because I was going to say that's something that I noticed on your stream recently. You've added a lot of those transitions. You've added the overlays and like the picture-in-picture kind of stuff. So we were curious, what software do you use for all this stuff?
So I use Streamlabs OBS for all the stream stuff. I use some Stream Elements for like the beard bucks and stuff like that, but as the actual software is the Streamlabs. It's not the most efficient of the streaming software, but it's got the most I guess user-friendly features if you're new. Mm-hmm. So most of the stuff I do is within that. Almost like a lot of the overlays I had at the beginning were through Streamlabs. The instant replay thing, which looks really fancy,
so cool.
It's in Streamlabs. So it's not like I'm getting a lot of like fancy stuff made by other people. It's a lot of it's just like right there. There's a lot of good tools that are free within the program itself.
That is cool. It must have come a long way since the last time I used it. I didn't have the best of luck with Streamlabs, so we switched over to OBS, just Studio and Stream Elements.
Yeah, because of how intensive it is, it can be tough. In fact, some of the stuff I've added recently, my laptop can't handle it if I'm gaming from the laptop at the same time. Mm-hmm. But me and a friend just put together a streaming desktop over the weekend, so hopefully that won't be an issue now because we'll have a computer dedicated to handling the encoding now.
Awesome. Yeah, I was going to say, so I know you play on PC, but you also have Xbox as well. Is there one that you prefer more, or do you even play on other platforms besides that?
Just PC and Xbox. I don't know that I prefer, as far as PUBG goes, I don't know which one I prefer because it feels really different. Like when I play with Ash on Xbox, because people aren't quite as accurate, the battles feel like they last kind of longer. Like you can do some stuff and get away with things on Xbox that you can never get away with on PC. Yeah. And that's kind of fun. Like if I want to flank somebody and I want to run in an open field, I could probably do it on Xbox, but I would not get away with that on PC. So I know it's the same game, but it feels different, and I like them for their own reason. Mm-hmm. So, and I grew up on Xbox, so I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite, but yeah, I appreciate both the differences between the two.
Yeah, for sure. What's the best part about streaming together? So I know you guys do a lot of those co-streams. Husband and wife stream is not something you see often. So what's the best part about that?
You want to answer?
Me. I guess when we first got married, I did not know how much Matt liked video games.
Surprise.
So, yeah, right. So the more I found out how into it he was, the more I gradually realized that I would either have to get into it or not share that with him. And yeah, so I feel like over the past couple of years, I realized that I wanted to get into it a little bit so we could share that together. So streaming is really fun because it keeps us together, even though we did initially have really different interests. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever find that it's like conflicting? So like sometimes my wife and I will say like, all right, this is what our week looks like. I have to record. We're going to do 2 stream nights. This is kind of our schedule. And like,
yeah,
Dan will be late or something will come up and like John can't be there or I have to spend more time doing it or whatever. And it kind of throws a wrench into it. Does that ever happen with you guys? And how do you kind of deal with that and like that balance?
Yeah, I mean, especially when the baby was first born, I was like, okay, are you going to keep streaming 2 times a week, or are you not going to give this up for a little while? But I think, so I don't think did we ever not stream on Tuesday or Friday?
Just the Friday that you had the baby.
Okay, Friday that we had the baby, right, okay. So yeah, Matt did not stop streaming, but he did do a really good job of, in all the time that he wasn't streaming, of trying to make it work and trying to, do stuff in other times. So I think it has worked. It has worked pretty well.
And before the baby, I was streaming more, and kind of in anticipation of the baby, we cut back to two games a week.
Right.
I sometimes stream more than that, but it'll be like really random. It's like, okay, I'm playing some games this morning. I might as well stream it. But we cut back to 2 weeks kind of to anticipate that life was going to get busier and harder.
Right.
Once the baby was here.
So that's what you're on now, is a 2-night a week schedule?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Tuesdays and Fridays.
How long do you go in one sitting? Is it 2 or 3 hours? More than that?
So we try to do 7:30 to 11, and sometimes I'll stream longer than that. So technically we were supposed to be streaming right now, but people are very forgiving when we start late, so we'll just tell them it was the baby or something.
Awesome.
But yeah, so it's about 3.5 hours. I would like to stream more and play more, but there's only so much time, and I've noticed that our channel has grown even with streaming less. And sometimes I think the people that want to support you can more easily support you when you're not streaming 40 hours a week, you know?
Yeah.
I agree.
It becomes something
sometimes less
to.
More. It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yep. Absolutely.
And you have to find the right days too. So like we find that on our Thursday streams, we get a lot more people. On our Sunday streams before, when we switched to Mondays, we would get more people on Sundays because I feel like everyone's kind of winding down for the weekends and stuff. But like if you do it middle of the week sometime, you'll get a lot more people because there's less going on.
Right.
And it's easier for people to get home from work and just sit down and watch you or play or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. That's what it seemed like from our point of view, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you guys balance now that the baby Beard's around? Kind of like, we got to stick to the schedule and stuff like that. Because like you guys were like, oh, we'll be ready at 7, and you're like, baby's got to go to bed 7:30, and like I know that, and my kids are, in their teens, and so how do you kind of manage that? Because babies, you live on their schedule,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have them on stream, like
That's true.
like I think it was last Tuesday, maybe. Ash was playing solos, and I was holding the baby while we're streaming. Like I'm on camera, and then I would give the baby to her, and I would do like a hot drop or something like that. And I don't know, we try to get creative. I think we'd rather do that than not play or not stream at all.
Yeah.
And people are really understanding, and some people love to see the baby, so
Definitely.
it's
Yeah.
not really a huge negative.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Because Matt was like, well, I really want to keep doing this, and he didn't want to stop. He has just been really good with like, okay, if the baby's crying, he's going to hit the be right back screen, and he's going to come help for as long as he needs to. And he's not going to say, okay, I'll only stream once a week, but he definitely has helped when he needed to, or we've like switched on and off or whatever. So yeah, compromise has been made, I will say.
So do you think that streaming together and like dedicating time to this has helped you guys kind of grow closer? And if so, we'd love to know why. How?
I think so. So when we got married, we already had like some shared hobbies. Like we both love football, for instance, and so that was a big one. But I think since then, like we've had a flag football team. We've run a flag football team together. We both love music. We play instruments. And so this was just kind of like adding a new, different thing. And it gave us like something else. Like video games was a big part of my life. And it was a big part of my life that she didn't really understand or wasn't a part of. And so the fact that she now can participate in that, even if it's only for like a couple hours a week, I think it just kind of like gives her a glimpse of that. And yeah, I think it inevitably makes you closer when you're spending time together and enjoying time together.
Yeah, I think it's interesting what people can actually enjoy if they give themselves a chance. Like, I think a lot of my friends will be like, you are doing what? Playing video games? Like, really? But so, people are really surprised that I've played, but you can enjoy it. Like, I really feel like you can enjoy anything you want. So if it's important to me that, I spend time doing what Matt wants to do, then I'm going to learn to like
and it works
games.
both ways. I mean, I watch Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah,
and I've really started to enjoy it, like Downton Abbey.
Yes, he will totally, participate in my interests too. So I feel like, it's amazing what you can do if you actually can want to learn to like.
Yeah,
that's
like,
really cool.
So with my wife, my wife is 13 years older than I am, so she did not grow up playing video games, right?
Right.
Not at all. But while she doesn't like to play video games, she loves listening to me talk about this.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's like the same thing that you were kind of talking about. Like she doesn't necessarily like that, but she wants to know as much about it as possible without actually playing it.
Right.
Right.
So she's still sharing it because she's talking to you about it. And
yes.
Like she's in Atlanta right now for work, and I'm texting her as I'm talking to you guys about what I'm talking about because like she cares about that stuff, and she knows that like by investing in the thing that I am passionate about, we're just going to have that much more in common, even if it's not the same thing. Like sometimes I will sit there and watch Project Runway, and let me tell you, I don't like Project Runway, but I like my wife.
Right. Yep.
Totally. And same thing here too. I mean, every stream night, the next day she'll say, how'd it go? You know, how'd you do? And I'm always bouncing things off of her, like stupid stuff, like in the Discord, if we want to like rearrange groups and stuff, like how should we do that? What does she think is a good idea for that? So I like, you know, you involve her as much as possible into these things, and she's curious. She asks. I'd love to share what I'm up to, because it's a huge part of my life, and it's even bigger than I even realized. Like I'm thinking about gaming all the time. I go to work, I come home, I just want to play. But it's just it's wild. Once we started doing this, I didn't realize like how big into it I really am. But she's been so supportive of me, which is so key for this whole thing.
Yeah. Also, at times she'll be like talking about something actually like important, and then I'll be like, "Well, what do you think about the Discord? This guy wrote this today," and she's like, "We are literally talking about our schedule for the week right now. Can you just focus?" And I'm like, "Yep, my bad. Yep, back to you. Yeah, sorry, my bad."
Yep.
Okay, so this is my question I have to ask. I'm excited for this one. It's the classic. You sit across the desk and you ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years? But really, do you see the stream as something that you could turn into a full-time job? And if that was even an option, would you take it?
So I guess I'll answer that one.
I think it's for both of you. Yeah, I'm curious, both of your feedback.
Okay, I'll let you comment off of what I say to see how much we differ. So I told you when we started, I didn't have like a lot of huge expectations. And I think once people like started donating and cheering with bits and stuff like that, I was like, oh, well, this could be something that like pays for the hobby, pays for the games that I play for. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of grew beyond that. I was like, okay, well, maybe it can like pay for the hardware upgrades and stuff like that. And that's kind of where we got to right now. I think I could see it easily becoming something that's like a part-time job. Supplemental job. I don't know how hard it would be to get to like full-time, but I know that I wouldn't want to do full-time if I wasn't making more money doing this than at my current job. Like that's what I remember reading an article by Choco Taco, and he said, yeah, when I started making more money on Twitch than at my regular job, that's when I quit. And I wouldn't want to, I would want to be pretty secure. Like, okay, this is really, turning into something now. But yeah, I mean, I would if it was something, if it turned into that, I would definitely.
So
I assume you're hopeful. I assume you're hopeful because you have grown very fast compared to what most people grow with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're 6 months in essentially. And, I mean, you surpassed us in numbers months ago.
Yeah.
And so like, not that we, our stream is more secondary to the podcast, but at the same time, like you have put the time and effort into building this and networking and doing all this stuff. So, I mean, on the same trajectory, you're going to see peaks and then plateau and then peaks and plateau, but I don't think it's going down anytime soon.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
So Ash, do you think this is something that you could do full time if the money was there?
Oh my gosh. It's so hard for me to imagine that it would be steady income. That's so hard for me to imagine because I just admittedly am more skeptical about the whole income producing part of it. Mm-hmm. But so like in 5 years, do I want to still be playing? Yes, absolutely. But I mean, Matt has proved me, wrong. And a lot of, I did not think that we could get to where, well, I don't know. Maybe I thought that we could get where we are.
You heard that, Matt? She didn't believe in you. She didn't believe in you.
Oh,
the truth comes out.
Yeah. But I mean, so he's worked hard at this stuff and I have no idea where we'll be in 5 years. I mean, would I do it more? Yeah, I would. And I mean, Matt's the one who's put all the work in so far and he really has worked hard at it. So yeah, we'll see. I have no idea. It'll be interesting to find out.
To be continued.
Yeah.
That's a hard question. It's so hard. Like, I don't even know where we will be in 5 years. Like, I would love to be still doing this, but who knows? Who knows what comes up?
I mean, 5 years is a long time.
Yeah. Even
especially
1 year.
In Twitch years. Yeah, especially in Twitch years.
Yeah.
That's so I was talking to my wife, like if I put in, 8 hours a day into this, I'm sure I can make enough money to build a community because we know how it works.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about whether or not you could do that all the time.
Right.
Consistency.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I love video games, but at the same time, could I sit in this chair 8 hours a day, 5 to 6 times a week,
Right.
and just continuously try and get money from people? Because that's the one part that I think, like, sometimes we shamelessly plug, like, give us your money, but like we more do it as like a joke.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if I actually live off of the money that other people have to give me, like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, please, please, I need it. I need
Right,
to feed
yeah.
my children.
I need to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd also feel really bad. I don't know. I would just feel guilty. Like, I don't know. You'd have to have a really big user base and just like a
Right.
ton of people watching, because like you don't want that one person all the way, like all the time donating to you, because that's not sustainable and it just doesn't feel right.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. And I, when Matt first told me about Twitch in general, I was like, is this like going to continue to get bigger? Like, is Twitch going to be a thing in 5 years? Like, and Matt was like, oh yeah, definitely. But I just don't have a good idea of how things are going to go. Like, I mean, Amazon, like nobody knew that it was going to get as big as it did, but some people
Right.
probably had an idea. Okay, I think
now they own
things are
Twitch.
going to go. Yeah, things are going to go in a good direction for the company. So
And that's kind of
I think, yeah,
I was going to say, that's kind of a weird thought too, is like Twitch is really in its infancy.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
We don't know what this is going to look like a year, 2 years, 5 years from now.
Right. We
Yeah.
don't.
right.
That cord
And
cutter
it's
movement is just starting. Like people are
Yeah.
just
Right.
realizing, oh, there's other sources of media besides cable TV.
Exactly.
Like streaming
Yeah.
services are coming around. Like we don't have cable because we use like a streaming
Right.
service. So it's kind of the same thing. It's just like, where can you go to get your content? And while there's so many people that are into video games, it just makes sense. You want to see people play the game that you play at the highest
Yeah.
level it can be played at. And it's the same thing with
Right.
sports. But it's also
Yeah,
the
exactly.
community aspect and like
Right.
enjoying a game with other people. It's the social side.
Yeah.
So it's both of those things. And I definitely think it's around here for the foreseeable future and is on the way up all around.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I think our generation, especially, and the generation after ours, has kind of changed the whole spectrum
Yeah.
of how people consume media. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yep.
But so on that note, I guess, any advice for new streamers that are just starting out? Do you guys have any things that you learned from or could pass on to other people that are interested in getting started?
Oh, new streamers. What's your advice here?
You're gonna have to go. Yeah.
New streamers. Well, I guess one of the, and this is a very general thing, but if you're new, I kind of was trying to abide by like an 80-20 rule. I was always trying to stream less, which that sounds so weird, but when I would stream, I might get like, at the beginning anyway, I might get like one follower, maybe. And often I got no followers. But if I was like participating in other streams and just enjoying Twitch, like not even trying to act weird or telling people to watch my stream or anything, just enjoying the platform, people often followed me that way. I think before we even streamed, I think we had like over 100 followers before we even streamed.
That's amazing. Wow.
And that was from like participating and watching and networking. So I think that's a really big aspect when Twitch is so different than it was years ago. Like I think everyone wants to be the next Shroud or Chocolate Taco. And the truth is, one, you probably don't have that skill. And it's just not going to happen that way because they got in really early. And now it's a very saturated platform. And if you're going to, at the beginning, you're going to be viewed by other streamers that you also interact with. You're not going to be getting a lot of those people that are just signing up because they're going to watch Ninja. They're going to watch Shroud. And so, yeah, building those relationships and getting involved in different communities really makes a big difference, I think.
Yeah. And don't say, hey guys, come watch my stream. It
No.
never works. It never works.
Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do it. And you really don't even need to do that. Like I think at first it sounds weird, the idea, okay, I'm going to watch someone stream, so someone watches me, but it's not really like that. Like you just enjoy Twitch and things will happen naturally. You don't have to be awkward with it and always throwing your channel out there. So yeah, just enjoy the platform and help build somebody else's channel.
How long were you watching Twitch for before you started streaming again? What was that time frame?
Probably sometime in the summer, when I started realizing what it was. Maybe May, maybe as far back as May.
Okay.
And then we started streaming in October.
Nice.
Yeah, it was quite a while.
That's I'm still so impressed about how fast you guys are growing. It's awesome. It's so cool to see.
Cool.
Yeah, I've kind of been listening to you guys the whole time, so I've kind of felt like you've been along for the journey, because I started streaming and I had started listening to the podcast just a few months before that, because I got my friends convinced me to get PUBG on the PC. I had played it on Xbox for about a year, or a little less than a year. And so, I've been part of like the Discord, like pretty much that entire time we've been streaming. So It's been a fun journey.
Definitely.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has.
Crazy.
And we just got like this new, like a new resurgence of like, yeah, let's do this. Let's dig in, because like, John was moving to Europe and we didn't have a lot of content, and we were like, what are we going to do? Because we don't want this to fall apart. And And we had a long business meeting. Well, two. One was like, I'm too drained to talk about this right now. And the other one came up and Dan's like, we need to talk about this right now. And then we're, all right. And then like we just didn't know, because we couldn't like come to a decision on how we were going to approach the future. And then we missed that 10-day span where we were late for an episode, and we went, we got this. We're diving back in. Like, we know the direction that we want to go. We have the community. We know that it's not just about updates. It's about like these things. And so we're going to do more interviews, and we want to engage people more, and we want to play with our community more.
Right.
And just keep people around, because this game, while this game might have its bugs and glitches or whatever, it brought almost 700 people together in a Discord.
Right.
To talk about a game, and now there's pets and food and families and all this stuff.
And
calendars.
And merch.
And merch, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so wild. It's so crazy. Yeah. Never in a million years expected this to happen. And I think the game is also here forever. I don't think this game is going away anytime soon.
No, I really think that it's going to be like a Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Yes.
Where like people are playing this game still.
Yeah.
And it's constant, because it's nothing beats it. Yes, other games have come out looking better and maybe playing a little better, but nothing gets you the same feeling.
Right. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. Yeah. There really isn't.
And it's also, so I actually was checking out the news today, and I saw some article about, I think it was Dr. Disrespect talking about Apex. So Apex comes out, and everyone's really excited about Apex, and it's a really cool game. It's free to play. It got like 30 million players at this point after about a month of being on the market. Just crazy growth. But it just isn't as exciting to watch as PUBG is, because anyone can understand what's going on in PUBG. Like, you just get it. You know what's going on. There's no special abilities. There's no like things flying all over the place, where the casual viewer can just tune into a PUBG stream and they just get it. And also, PUBG is just so good for streaming. It's so good as a spectator, and a game that you can interact with your audience with. It's like the perfect stream game.
Absolutely.
So I think almost like Apex came out, we were excited about it. We were thinking about that a lot. We played some, but it almost made me more appreciative of PUBG. Like, I went back to PUBG again, and I was like, wow, like I still really like this game, because things were sort of sliding on the downhill slope for us for a little bit, for me personally, because I was thinking, you know what, I don't know how much longer I can talk about this. There's not much to say, honestly. Like, there's no content. Like, what are you going to have a show about? Right. But it kind of renewed our interest in it after seeing what else was out there, and realizing that we're still into it. So,
well, that makes me happy, because I was knew that there were other PUBG podcasts, and then to watch them kind of like fall to the wayside. I was like, oh, HOTDROP's got to stick around. It's like my weekly PUBG fix, and so I'm glad you guys got your renewed focus.
Definitely. Yeah. Appreciate that so much too. Like, I even still, like, to this day, I just, hearing people say they enjoyed the show is just like crazy to me. Like, I haven't, that never sunk in, that like people are actually really into what we're doing. And it's pretty crazy to see. So thank you.
Well, maybe I'll actually have to start listening to it.
Yeah. So little secret that Ash doesn't know, I just subscribed on her phone to your podcast today when I was.
Good.
So,
Nice.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Got her.
and she's in the Discord now, obviously.
I saw that cake pop hopping
Love
in there.
it.
K-pop, yeah.
Love it.
Beautiful.
All right, let's press
All
on.
right. Yeah. So, what streams do you currently watch? Like, what do you enjoy most?
So, well, I guess part of the networking thing means that I'm often watching lots of different streams and tons of people that I've connected with, like either in real life friends that I know that are streaming or friends that I've made on Twitch. So the majority of my time is there. But I guess if I was just going to watch something for fun, there's just, the HOTDROP guys that stream.
Hey.
Yeah.
I like watching them a lot. So, but like Choco Taco, Wacky Jackie, Shroud, those I really Choco Taco. I mean, he just wows me.
What I like about Shroud is that like there is literally nothing to that stream other than watching a guy who's good at a game.
Oh yeah,
Like Choco Taco's got a personality. Tim the Tap Man's got a personality.
Right.
Shroud literally just sits there, drinks Coke, and plays.
Yeah, he's insane. The man is insane.
It has tens of thousands of viewers.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Ash, do you watch
What
Twitch
about
at all?
Farmer?
yeah, I've got a lot of friends.
That's your favorite, isn't it?
The frame farmer. Yeah, he's somewhat a buddy of mine.
Oh, nice.
No, my friend. Do people know about John and Ruth when they play with us?
I guess some people watch.
Can you hear John and Ruth?
Yeah, you can hear John
on our
and Ruth
stream. Okay, yeah, we play with friends of ours, John and Ruth, and
but they don't stream yet.
Yeah, they don't
I say
stream
yet
but they
because
play with
you
us on
never
our
know.
stream sometimes. And Ruth has impressed me with like her involvement. Like she will do a lot on Twitch and watch people and I haven't done hardly any of that yet. So I'm kind of embarrassed about that. I kind of feel like I should get a little bit more involved. She's showing me up a little bit in that area. So as of now, I don't really watch much, but
I do occasionally like show her my phone, like, hey, look at this. Like I'll show her something that I'm watching.
Matt shows me a lot. So I guess on one hand, I do watch a lot.
She just might not remember who she's watching.
That's true. Yes.
Awesome. There we go. So when you guys are playing, I guess a couple more questions. How do your play styles work with each other? Is there any conflict? Do they mesh well together? How does that all work? Do you play duos a lot or do you play squads?
We've done both. We've done duos and squads. I think when we play together, our play styles don't really conflict because
I don't really have a play style.
Yeah, we're trying to survive. I mean, like PUBG for us when we're playing together becomes a survival game. We're not trying to take fights. We're doing a lot of things that most people would think is boring, but we still try to have fun, and we usually have lots of laughs and.
Yeah, I mean,
trying to live.
We started the whole thing with Matt like teaching me to play.
Right.
So it wasn't really just, I like to play and you like to play, so let's play together and our play styles meshing. It was more like Matt having just to pretty much be my teacher with everything. And he is really, really patient. So I knew that it wasn't going to be just like, he was letting me learn on my own and just figure out, stuff, flying by the seat of my pants. So he has taught me a lot. But what else was I going to say? Oh, although lately you have been just letting me make my own decisions a lot more.
I've been letting her make decisions.
And that does freak me out a little bit. I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. I guess I just need to make a decision.
That's what happens when Dan lets me make my own decisions too.
Right. It's a little scary.
I feel like Beard and myself are in a pretty similar situation. Like we're just trying to keep our teammate alive, like as best we can.
Yeah, well, you need to do better, Daniel. It's dumb as hell. There you go. You got your dumb as hell for the week.
There you go. But yeah, no, that's cool.
My second kill though was avenging Bedford.
Yeah, Bedford died and she avenged him.
Yes, and I killed the guy that killed him, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that feels good.
Carry me exactly in that sense.
Sounds like she's carrying you, Bedford.
Yeah.
Right.
Suck it, Bedford. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That's the cool part about PUBG, though. You can play it any way you want. You don't have to be a perfect shot to have fun, and that's like unlike any other shooter game out there.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so great for anyone who has, anyone starting out or anyone who just isn't really a big fan of those fast games where you have to have those reflexes. Like you just don't have to have that, which is awesome.
Yeah. I do feel like as someone who didn't play games at all, like this was probably the best game that I could have played to start out because I had no skills, controller skills. But I've managed to survive in this game. So, and have fun. So,
that's awesome.
It's good for new players.
That's awesome. So, what do we got left, Cody? Couple more?
Yeah, we got one more. Last question. What is your number one loadout in the game? If you could have anything, what does it look like?
Probably, I'll just be boring and say an M4 and a K9.
The classic loadout. That's that classic Erangel loadout.
Yeah, I mean, if I can get that combination like on any map. So I've talked to you before. I love the QBZ, but I didn't list that because I don't always play Sanhok. So because you can get that on any map, it's probably my favorite.
Why is I'm curious. I actually don't know.
Oh yeah, so Kar 98 because it's a great sniper rifle, and the M4 because it's just a very stable assault rifle.
It's really nice, yeah.
And you can you get it on every map. That's the thing. Like you could use it every single game.
Right. Yeah. What about you?
I didn't want to answer this question. Matt was like, just tell them you like the ump.
Because it's true. It's true. It's like I was like, I have the ump. She's like, there's an ump over here. Okay, I'll get the ump.
Yeah, I do. I like the ump, but I don't know why I like the ump, and I don't know if the ump benefits me. I just tend to get the ump because Matt tells me to get.
We haven't graduated to 2 guns yet. It's the ump only.
Well, no, I always do get 2 guns, but the other gun is just variable. It's like whatever's there, basically.
Yeah, that's fine. Secondary.
But, yeah, we'll see. If you ask me again in 5 years, maybe. No.
All right.
In 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Maybe I'll have a better answer for you.
Awesome. Love it. Well, Cody?
That's what we got, guys.
That's what we got.
Those are our questions. This was a great interview. We want to thank you guys again coming on. This was great, and I think that people are going to appreciate getting like sort of this like spotlight on just like people in our community talking about PUBG, talking about their lives. Let's keep this train rolling because I like where it's going.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having us.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun.
Thanks for putting up with all of my inexperience.
No, but I'm saying that's the best part about PUBG. You don't have to be a pro. You can have fun however you want to play it. That's the best thing about the game.
Yeah.
So before we go, where can people find you again?
So twitch.tv/beauty_anda. So it's ANDA_beard. Find us on Twitch. I've got other social media stuff, but you can find it all there. And I really hang out in your guys' Discord. So if you want to talk to me on Discord, probably just get in the HOTDROP Discord.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
thanks,
you
guys.
Yeah, have a good night.
It is almost time to sit and watch their stream. They are more than friends, they're married till the end, matrimoniously. A quickly growing stream. It's large to say the least, both a little rad, the hairy one's the dad, Beauty and the Beard.